Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day, because it's now a beautiful day here in Arizona. It's like 73 degrees out, and there is some wind, so I'm sorry if you do hear the wind, but it should be pretty good in the garage. So today, bumpers, part 2, I guess. So what are we doing today? Well, there is my Super ATV bumper. If you notice, I am missing the top piece of that bumper because, well, I really wasn't feeling it. I think it looks nice. I think it looks better on Super ATV's Pioneer, but that thing's running a 6-inch portal lift with a 6-inch suspension lift and like 36s or 40-inch tall tires. Doesn't work for me. So what I did is, to be honest with you, like not even a day after I put it on, I took it right back off and I put the light bar right down here in the holes. So right now my light bar is mounted where the winch should go. I did have somebody in the comment section say, hey, move your winch from down here up to here. And I would do that, but this winch plate is only rated at 3,500 pounds. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to build a new plate that's going to bolt into these holes here. And I'll probably drill 2 more back here with some grade 8 hardware I got. Then I'm going to build a light bar mounts to move this light bar up here. So I have as much airflow on this lower portion of the radiator and the upper portion. And now obviously I'll have something there. And you're going, wow, that's a lot of work for just a plate and light bar. But wait, there's more. What is this Pioneer missing? Even with the factory bumper, what is it missing? Recovery points. Anyone who got stuck, and Pioneers don't typically get stuck, but when they get stuck, you're really stuck. You're trying to get unstuck. You have very few options. One of them is if you got a winch, you can yank on that, and that's not good to do to tug on a winch. They're meant for pulling, not tugging. The other thing people have done is, you know, they have the crossbars that go like right here. They will put a strap there, and I've seen pictures where people have just bent them forward. So what I did is, if you look at my table here, there's my plate, and this is for my light bar. I ordered some of these. They're $18 for a set of 2. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put them on here. So look, something like that. So you get a nice side view or whatever. But just imagine the light bar up, a flat plate here. So I do want to have these out nice and wide. So this is a plate I ordered. It is 16 inches by 16 inches. It was the best price. So I did look to get a 20-inch long by like 8-inch deep piece that I could shape to cover the whole top of the bumper, and it cost more money. This is 1/4 inch. I think this is cold rolled steel. I got it for like 23 bucks. Not bad. I'm only gonna use half of it, but the deal is it won't cover that whole piece. So for the light bar mounts, I'm gonna do something a little different. Originally, I was gonna use this stock bumper. I was gonna cut it here and here, center it right here, section it, make it nice and narrow, because I liked this jaunt. But instead, I went out and bought this. This is 120 wall, 1-inch by 2-inch square tubing, and it's gonna be much more stout, but I'm gonna do it in the same shape as this, but it's gonna go, basically, it's gonna sit at this height about 4.5 inches up, where this will sit up here, and I'll kind of go up, over, and down, and we'll see how well I make that. So the first thing I need to do is get my light bar off, which is just the 2 bolts, get the steel plate on here, trace it, and cut it with a grinder. I don't have a cut and torch plasma cutter here, so we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way with a grinder. Get it fitted up, mark, drill the holes, and then we're gonna place these. Now, right now I'm just in my garage, and I'm only on 20 amp outlets here, so I'm only going to tack the plate together, and then I will move it over to my 50 amp plug it in there so I can run at 230 so I can get good penetration on these welds. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've set up my welding table let me use to cut the plate on outside. Let me show you where we're at. So basically, here's the design. I'm not going all the way back, and I'll show you why later. I just don't need to. So I'll have the 4 bolts here. I'll probably put one more here and here. So go ahead, I got the grinder out, my ear protection, eye protection, and we're gonna cut this out. Now that I have this cut, and I'm happy with it, as you can see, this is the plate. I still gotta dress the edges. We're not done yet. I need to go underneath with my Sharpie and mark the holes that I'm gonna drill out before I place these to weld them on. So I'm gonna mark the holes, put the bolts through. I'm not gonna weld the bolts. I wanna get everything tightened down so I can tack these where they're gonna go. And then we'll move on from there. I am going to, I think, I may end up putting a hole back here. I don't know yet. We'll figure that one out. So here's my 4 marks from the plate. This is the front of the plate, and they correspond here. So I did get some 5/16 grade 8 bolts, as you can see there in the head, that will go through and bolt these down. So I'm going to start off with this smaller bit here, which is a 5/32 bit, and then progress up to this. I'll probably use my stepper bit next, but we'll get the pilot hole square in each one of these first. This is where I'm at now. I got my plate loosely bolted on. I've got the eyelets right here. They're in 1 1/4 inch, and I did that so when I put this piece on here. Same thing over here. Now I did leave a little gap right there on the front of them. I know these aren't square cut. They're kind of on a goofy angle this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my welder out over there. I'm going to tack it up in my garage. This 1/4 inch plate needs a little bit more heat than the 15 amp or 20 amp outlet can do in my garage. And I have a 50 amp outlet that plugs right into. So let's get this tacked up. Well, I got my welding table set up. I got the big plug plugged in, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run some beads. I'm going to treat this kind of like a T-joint. I'm going to run a single bead here and there, flip it around, same thing. I'll grind off my tacks, and then I will run the front. Let's look how I did. So this bead here, I'm gonna need to run a second pass on the bottom. I don't think I got enough penetration. This bead here is not too bad. That bead's not horrible. And this one I'll probably run a second pass also. To be honest with you, I'll probably run a second pass on all of them. Let's flip it over. So if we look at the back side, you can see I definitely got some penetration. I'm gonna go ahead and run a second bead and get this finished up. So I got it welded. Don't laugh at my welds. I am not a professional. I am by no means Instagram welder, TIG welder. But this is where we're at for here, right here. As you can see, this weld got a little hot. I took a flapper wheel here. Got 2 welds there. Still gotta clean it up a little bit back there. I got 2 welds right there. And this one was a little cold in the beginning. As you can see, I didn't get all the way up. I went around. It's pretty stout, so let me give you a quick look at what it's gonna look like. So this is kind of the look I'm going for. I won't keep these on here when I'm riding. I don't want them dangling or jingling. I know you can buy the rubber isolators to go in there. But I will have recovery points here and here, and tie down points when I go to tie the Pioneer down. I I have this section if I ever want to put something else here. And then that bar, I just stuck my magnets here. Get rid of that. I want to come up, so it's going to be about this level to hold the light up there. So the bar should go from this back corner kind of up, over and down. Like I said, something similar to this, just square. So let's go ahead, let's get started on the bar. I gotta let this plate cool anyways before I can paint it, and see how that turns out. So I went ahead, I got the first coat of paint on here. It's not perfect, but let me show you the back. So let me see if the camera will pick this up. I don't know if you can see. So there's a line there. There's another line there. I don't know if the camera shows. See those two lines? There's here and there. That shows you the penetration of the weld. I did notice I got some runs in the paint. I can sand that out and put another coat on pretty easy. So now it's time to move on to the light bar mounts. And this is kind of a work in progress in my head. So I went ahead and I started cutting pieces out. I'm gonna tack them up, put it on there, and if I don't like it, the great thing is it's metal. I can cut it up, re-weld it, or I can go back to cutting off the stock one and using that. So this is kind of what I was thinking. The tabs aren't perfect. Now I did leave these open so that I can take a plate and kind of go like this. One thing I did do is I put these here. I'm going to put the bolt through. I'm going to weld the bolt, and then over here on both sides I drilled a hole. So this bolt will be welded on, and it will end up being welded there. I will grind it flush. I will put the bolts on first, I will tack that on, and we will be good to go. So now it's time to start welding these bolts up here, and we'll start at the top. So I went ahead, I cut the pieces, like I said. I got my piece right here. I welded a bolt onto the bottom plate. I just did a real quick bead and took a flap wheel and kind of cleaned it up. It's not perfect, as you can see, the back. Maybe we'll clean up some more. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these in. I'm gonna thread the bolts through, tighten it up, do any final adjustments on there. I'm gonna take the Pioneer over to the welder, tack it in place, pull it off, and weld it up. So let's go ahead and get this part done. Welcome back. It is day 2 of my bumper build. Got sidetracked last night dealing with kids stuff. So I got everything finished up and welded, and I think I will be doing it again because it did not come out the way I wanted. So my plate right here, I think turned out great. I like how I have this extra big plate so I can put all this stuff on. I do need to sand off some of this paint and redo it a little smoother. This piece, this is what happens when you don't have a saw to cut the right angles and you are tacking it up in the dark. So it's kind of goofy looking. I never said I was a fabricator. I can kind of weld, but I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get this installed for now so I can get what the Pioneer is going to look like. And then I can go ahead, I'm only out 15-20 bucks. I can order some more metal here, and I can go to a buddy who's got a saw, cut the appropriate angles, and then re-weld it up. It'll look better. I thought I had it all lined up, apparently I didn't, but let's go ahead and install this and see what it looks like. Okay, so as you can see, I have this installed, and it is slightly crooked. Gives it character for now. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install the tie-down recovery plate up here. And get that lined up. For those of you wondering, I'm using grade 8 bolts. I'm using a washer on the top, and then I'll use a washer, a lock-in washer, and a nylon nut on the bottom. Way overkill, but I just don't want it coming loose. So I'll put this in here loosely. So now I got this on there. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the light bar I'm gonna get the light bar installed on here. The nut and the washer for it. And there we go. That is what my bumper looks like. So let's take a look at it. It's a little special with the grooves there, but not too shabby. I am liking the airflow. So I like how I have a lot more airflow down here. This is basically blocking the crossbar up there and then the small bar here. And I like the top airflow that's open, and you can now see the Honda sign. Needs a little tweaking here. Well, there you have it. There's my first attempt at creating a bumper. Again, I'm not a fabricator. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and let me know in the comments below what you think of my bumper. You know, you like it, you hate it, let me know. So until next time.